Good afternoon. Oh, we're going to do that one more time. It's the College of Education. Good afternoon. Perfect. It is my sincere pleasure, and I do mean that completely sincerely, to welcome you to the College of Education teacher pinning ceremony. And I am truly delighted, literally, to welcome you to a face-to-face ceremony. I want to be really upfront how much we have missed being able to gather together in this type of environment. And to do that today in order to celebrate your accomplishment is very, very special to us. So we are delighted to have you here. I also do want to take a moment and recognize and equally honor those folks that are joining us virtually through our live stream. And so for those teacher candidates who are not able to join us in person, we are equally delighted to have you with us virtually. And we celebrate this day with you as well. And we also want to thank those who are watching us and joining us virtually as your support system, your family, your friends, your colleagues who are here celebrating with you in spirit and watching you in our virtual live stream. So congratulations and thank you for joining us here today. We began this tradition, the teacher pinning tradition, in 2018 for several reasons. One, and most importantly, to honor you, our students, our teacher candidates, our next generation of difference makers. You have worked hard, you have learned, you have grown, and you have really grown this semester, right? So you have grown, you have struggled, and you have overcome. And in 2020, you have learned what the meaning of overcoming is in ways that we probably never expected before now. And then for today's graduates, this is more true than ever before. You have persevered through one of the most unusual, unexpected, unpredictable seasons that our world and our teachers have ever faced. Today you have reached a milestone, the step that moved you from being a student to a teacher. And in a few minutes, you will recite the College of Education teacher's oath, committing out loud to yourself, to your peers, to your faculty, to your friends and family, the responsibility that comes with being a Sam Houston State University teacher. The oath reflects your commitment to this noble and meaningful career choice. Today is a day worth celebrating because you are worth celebrating. We are here to recognize this accomplishment, to tell you how very proud we are of you, and to celebrate this transition that you are making today from student to teacher. Well done, and congratulations. But our second reason for being here today is to celebrate and honor the career that you have chosen. The need for dedicated, high-quality, excellent teachers of all types has never been greater. Today's students need you. They need and deserve the very best teachers possible. The pin you will receive today not only includes the Sam Houston State University official SH logo, because you will proudly not just be a teacher, but a Sam Houston State University teacher, the best that Texas has to offer. That makes you special. Your pin also, however, is in the shape of a starfish. In 2017, our college began the Starfish Project in response to helping meet our students' needs after Hurricane Harvey. Little did we know then that in 2020, we would face an entirely new perspective for how important it is for us to support one another in the college. Not unlike a hurricane, the pandemic has caused great loss and great need. And the College of Education family has worked together to meet those needs at every possible level, including financial, academic, and emotional support for one another. The Starfish Project is named for a story that you've probably heard before. And in the story, a little girl is walking along a beach after the tide has gone out. And as she's walking, the beach is literally covered with starfish that have washed up in the tide, and when the tide went back up, they're laying on the beach. The little girl walks along and she's picking up the starfish and she's tossing them back into the ocean. And a bystander comes by and he says, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Don't you see all these starfish? will you ever make a difference? You're wasting your time. And the little girl looks at him. She picks up a starfish. She tosses it back in the ocean, and she looks at him and says, I made a difference to that one. You today are here to make a difference. Your College of Education teacher pin is in the shape of a starfish to remind you that as a teacher, you make a difference. Teachers make a difference every single day in perhaps the most meaningful and important and powerful way possible. They impact students, they impact lives, they impact the future of our schools, the future of our communities, the future of our country, and frankly, the future of our world. Those things, without exception, are impacted by teachers, and they will be impacted by you. Starting today, you are a teacher, and we celebrate this profession and your choice to be part of this profession through this pinning ceremony. I keep a quote on my desk, and I really do keep it on my desk, that somebody gave me about almost 30 years ago, and we won't talk about that part. I keep it on my desk from what somebody gave me when I started teaching a long time ago. And nowadays, it's kind of falling apart, and I do actually have to clip it together so it doesn't fall apart. But I keep it there to remind me of the difference that you make as a teacher. And what it says is that 100 years from now, it will not matter how much money I've made, what kind of car I drove, or how big a house I lived in. But the world may be a better place because I made a difference in the life of a child. You will make a difference. You will impact children. You will change the world. And you will matter every single day. The Starfish legacy continues because of you. So thank you, not just from me, but from the entire College of Education, and especially from the students whose lives you will impact. And thank you for choosing to be a bearcat teacher. And I want you to always remember that your job, your calling, is not just to teach, but to make a difference. And you will make that difference to one and to many every single day. You are a teacher. Congratulations. Every teacher pinning ceremony includes words of wisdom from a recent College of Education alumnus who is still in the early stages of his or her teaching career. It is now my pleasure to introduce this year's alumni speaker, Ms. Chastity McFarland. Chastity graduated in 2017 cum laude from the College of Education, and she's in her 4th year of teaching reading, language arts, and social studies in 3rd grade at the Rice School in Houston ISD. She's also working on her master's degree in administration. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Chastity McFarland.
Congratulations, you did it. You have made it through our wonderful program, and you did it. You are about to walk into your career, walk into your dream jobs. But I did want to stop by and, give a few pointers. So first, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and know that everything is going to be okay. I promise everything is going to be okay. Take a deep breath. I know exactly how you are feeling. All of the emotions, okay? You're excited because you graduated, but you're also kind of anxious because you're stepping into the unknown, You've gone through things, we've practiced, and everything our wonderful program had us to do to prepare us to be classroom teachers, but you just don't know. And a big word that's throughout my district this year is flexibility. As I mentioned, things change on a daily basis. Or I have planned this wonderful lesson plan. Wonderful. And it didn't go how I planned. Okay. So being flexible and knowing that if I didn't get through my lesson, I can finish tomorrow, pick up where I left off. You know, the kids don't know, but you know. Okay, so, and they are resilient, and so they'll love you regardless. So just flexibility all around, especially as we go forth in education. Everyone's just kind of, you know, navigating and finding what's working best. So it's okay. And then the last nugget I'm going to leave you with is self-care. Now, this was a big one for me. This is my 4th year, and I'm just now learning this. But self-care, setting those boundaries is necessary. But as you will find out, teaching, it never stops. In the morning, after school, during school, texting parents, calling parents, grading, lesson planning, getting ready for the next day. It never stops. However, you do have to set those necessary boundaries because self-care is important. You have to make sure that you're 100% in order to give the kids 100%. So self-care is very, very important. So setting quiet hours on Dojo, or not checking your email after 7 o'clock, or not grading on the weekends, or I'm going to grade 2 hours, or whatever it may be, to make you happy. Make sure that you do it, and make sure you keep yourself a priority, because I had to learn that the hard way. My first 2 years of teaching, I would, just stay at the school till 6, 7 o'clock, trying to figure it out. And I unfortunately got burnt out really quick. But this year, I'm learning to take care of myself, especially in these circumstances. So those were just a few nuggets that I wanted to leave you with. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Chastity. Also, I always invite a superintendent to provide words of encouragement to you, our graduates and our teacher candidates. So I am honored today to introduce our featured superintendent speaker, Dr. LaTanya Goffney. Dr. Goffney is the superintendent of Aldine ISD, one of the largest and most diverse school districts in Texas. A native of Cold Spring, Texas, she's been a teacher, an assistant principal, and superintendent of Cold Spring Oakhurst ISD, before becoming superintendent in Lufkin ISD and now Aldine. She was honored in 2017 as Superintendent of the Year for the state of Texas. Dr. Goffney is a proud Bearcat alum, having earned her bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees from the College of Education at Sam Houston State University. Please help me welcome Dr. LaTanya Goffney.
Hello, fellow Bearcats. I am super excited to be a part of your day today. As I stand here and I'm reflecting back over my life, I am so thankful for the opportunities that Sam Houston presented me. And while I'm thankful for Sam Houston, I want you to understand the power of a teacher. You see, when I have friends who call, I always say, I'm living the dream. And the only reason that I get to live the dream is because of educators just like you. You see, I wasn't born on third base. I share this story because I understand that you're going to be in classrooms someday with students who are just like me. My grandmother, she raised me. I tell you, she taught me the value of hard work because she worked as a housekeeper. She actually cleaned toilets for a living and took care of elderly people so that we could have food to eat and a roof over our heads. And what I know for sure is education made the entire difference. Because although I lived in poverty, when I went to school, I had teachers who believed in me, encouraged me, inspired me, and exposed me to possibilities that were beyond anything that I was experiencing at home. And so it's my hope that as you think about right now, this moment, 2020 has not been good. Believe me, it has not, and I understand that. But I want you to take this moment and I want you to make something good out of it, because you have real power in your hands right now. Real power. I know you're going to get your diplomas, you're going to get your pens, but most importantly, you're going to get the opportunity to make a difference for so many students. Wow. You talk about living the dream. You guys are dream makers. You're dream creators. And I want you to remember that when you go into the classrooms that you take on. Listen, this work is not easy by far. But who said it was going to be easy? It's certainly not hard either, because when you love what you do, you know you won't have to work a day in your life. And I hope that all of you take advantage of this opportunity and truly think about the difference that you're going to make. You know, if you choose Aldine ISD, one of the questions that I love to ask my new teachers is, which group do you want to be a part of? Those who are students' worst experience or a student's best experience? Because if I were to ask you, who was your best teacher? You know who it was. Mine was Mr. Conley, algebra, but don't tell Mr. Ashley who taught me geometry. If I was to ask you who was your worst teacher, you know who they are as well. And I won't name them, but I remember them. And so I want you to be remembered as the best, because let me tell you, our society, our world, the things that we're facing, the things that we're overcoming, you know where the solution's going to lie? In our classrooms with our teachers who are going to inspire students and inspire another generation to do the work and to make a difference in this world. I wish that I was in your presence so I could look each of you in your eye and encourage you to take on this opportunity with the fierceness and the ferociousness that encourages people to do better, to live better, and to enjoy better. Because ultimately, seriously, you know, when I think about living the dream and I think about, you know, my grandmother and all of those different things, I want you to think about that as well, because you truly are living the dream. You're living your mother's dream, your grandparents' dream, an ancestor's dream, or someone's dream. And so I also want you to remember that there are going to be some tough days. But even on your toughest day, as an educator, you don't really get to have a real bad day, because even on your worst day, you're still going to be some child's best hope. Congratulations. I am very proud of you. Honored to call you alumni and fellow Bearcat, and I'm wishing you much success for a terrific future.
As we start this next important part of today's journey, I want to emphasize what Dr. Goffney said about your role as a dream maker, a dream builder, a difference maker, a life changer. I am looking at a group of the most powerful people in the world, the most powerful people in the world. And in a year marked by a pandemic and an election and other sorts of things that really tend to confuse us with the level of power associated with that, never forget that you, as teachers, are the most powerful people in the world. And so, powerful people, it is my very much pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Kathy Adair, who is going to lead us in the pinning portion of today's ceremony.
Good afternoon. At this time, I would like to invite the faculty forward to their positions for the pinning of our candidates. Candidates, the marshals will usher you to the front of the room in small groups to receive your pin. Please maintain social distance throughout the process as you come forward to accept your pin. You'll face the camera, then the faculty will drape your pin stole over your shoulders from behind. You'll pause for just a moment so that we can have the cameras pan over you. For those of you who are joining us virtually, I hope that you're each wearing the blue stole that you received in the mail. Your pin will be placed on your stole by the person you have standing with you today. Please be patient, as there will be a special time for your group to stand together and perform the pinning. All right, faculty and marshals, we're ready to begin. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin your candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a bearcat teacher. Thank you. Faculty, you may pin the candidates. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Thank you. Candidates, for those of you joining us virtually, please stand with your biggest supporter at this time. Best supporter, please pin your candidate. Congratulations, you are a Bearcat teacher. Thank you, faculty. You may be seated. Congratulations, Bearcat teachers. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Dana Nairn. She's our Associate Dean for Planning and Assessment and the Interim Chair for the School of Teaching and Learning. And Dr. Nairn is going to lead us in the College of Education Bearcat Teacher's Oath.
Okay, well, I don't know about you, but I think that was a really celebratory moment, so I think we should give ourselves one more big round of applause for all of the newly minted Bearcat teachers. I invite you to stand, and we're going to have the words of the Bearcat Teacher Oath on the screen. And for those of you that are joining us virtually, I also invite you to stand as we state the Bearcat Teacher Oath together. I am dedicated to serving others through teaching. You guys please join me with this. I am committed to inspiring the minds of the future. I will strive to create opportunities for others' success. I believe that a quality education is founded upon research, is culturally responsive, and is ethically sound. As a Bearcat teacher, I will use my abilities to make a positive impact on the world. I am a lifelong learner. I am a leader. I am a difference maker. I am an educator. I am a Sam Houston teacher. Congratulations.
Please be seated. So, here you are in person and virtually, here with us today, masked and sanitized and socially distanced, and now pinned as brand new Bearcat teachers. So proud of you. It's been a pretty smooth semester. You survived a 6-hour orientation by Zoom. Some of you were told, no, you can't come to campus quite yet. And somehow, you still managed to find a way to teach. Many of your university supervisors were not allowed to come to campus to support you in person, and yet you still managed to teach. A few mentor teachers fell apart in front of you, or your observation videos wouldn't load, and yet you kept right on teaching. Quite a few of you contracted COVID. Some of your mentor teachers came down with COVID. Some of your roommates came down with COVID, and some of your students came down with COVID. And yet, you still kept teaching. A couple of you had a hospital stay. 4 of you had babies. A couple of you got married, and yet you still kept teaching. One or two of you had a family member or a friend pass away, but you picked yourself up and you kept right on teaching. You weren't allowed to hug your students or shake hands with them, but you still kept teaching and you still built relationships. Some of your mentors did not complete their paperwork, but many of your mentor teachers did complete their paperwork. You fought the TK20 gods and you won. You taught in person and you taught online, and you taught in person and online all at the same time. And over 200 of you successfully completed your student teaching semester, your year-long residency program, or your Ed-Aid program during the worst pandemic in the history of the United States. You've made me so very, very proud. As you go on to become full-fledged teachers, I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Yes, it's been a very smooth semester. Do you know why? Because nothing can stop a Bearcat teacher. So thank you. I'm so very, very proud. We hope to see you at the car parade at 4:30 this afternoon to continue the celebration with us. As a reminder, you will line up in the parking lot between the TEC and the intramural fields and follow the lead car, and there'll be lots and lots of photo ops. And as we dismiss today, please remain at your seat. The marshals will dismiss you in small groups to the back tables to pick up our parting gifts for you on your way out. And you can exit out that back door. We do ask that as you exit, you stay socially distanced until you're completely outside and through with the ceremony. But before we close, we have an opportunity to have a little group selfie. So if you would please stand at your seat, Dr. Edmondson is going to come up and take a selfie with you guys.
All right, in full disclosure, my kids make fun of me because I'm not very good at this. So you can laugh at me too, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Whoops. All right, ready? Okay. Whoops. And Dr. Nairn said I can't fall off the stage, that she would laugh at me. All right, here we go. 1, 2, whoops, 3. Whoops. Hang on. Take 2. Don't I push that little button? This little button? Or this little button? This one, yeah, you got it. Okay. Just checking. All right. There you guys are. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I did it. Is that different? I thought you did. I pushed the right button. We're in. And Shelley will post that to social media. So everybody, both virtually, online, and certainly those of you face-to-face, congratulations. You are a Bearcat teacher. Celebrate. You guys can have a seat. The marshals will direct you to get your goodies.